Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Allen, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. As I said earlier in the program, we're going to be taking a look at a variety of health and fitness components, if you will, to fit in with our lives in the 21st century. And it's hard to believe that, we're starting the 17th year of the 21st century. And has there been anything new invented to make exercise and working out easier? We're going to find that out from Paul Francis. He is the CEO of OYO Fitness, inventor of the SpiraFlex and the DoubleFlex. Their website, by the way, is oyyofitness.com. Paul, welcome to Late Night Health.
Thanks for having me, Mark.
I'm curious. I'm not one of these guys. I've seen your picture. You like working out, or at least you give the appearance of liking to work out.
Well, I'll be 62 next month in January, and I've always been interested in keeping in shape. When I was 12 years old, I bought a set of Sears weights, and they were plastic plates filled with concrete. And that's where I first started lifting weights, and I would, look at the Charles Atlas ads at the back of the cartoon.
Yes,
cartoons
of the comics, yes.
So, yeah.
You've been involved for a long time. Do you actually like working out? Do you get that workout high?
Yeah, back when I really worked out a lot, in sports in high school, and you'd get that kind of second wind, and then when I would lift weights, you'd get that pump going and that adrenaline and the endorphins. And then I found, as long as I worked out at least 3 times a week with weights, it really calmed me down, and I had a good, positive attitude. But if I missed a week, my kind of life would start to spiral down into, kind of the blues. So it's more of the endorphin addiction. And that's why I've tried to maintain a workout habit in my life.
You're also based in Kansas City, and they're known for the blues. So,
right.
There are, I guess, 2 kinds of people in this world: people who love to work out, and then people who don't, who want to get it in, out. They want to be healthy. They want to build muscle mass. Can SpiraFlex and DoubleFlex do that for people?
Yeah, we're the kind of a tagline of our company is fitness that fits your lifestyle. So, we all know that weights are kind of the gold standard of maintaining good healthy bone and muscle mass as you age. But people can't get into the health club, or they don't want to go to the health club, and it's not convenient. So with the DoubleFlex, our latest product, incorporates my SpiraFlex resistance exercise technology I developed for NASA. And this, in a NASA study, proved that it would duplicate the benefits of free weights, but it uses a spiral elastomer shape. And when it's integrated into the DoubleFlex, it creates a portable gym that can fit in your bag or even in your coat pocket. And it has accessories, and it becomes a total body gym, and produces resistance that feels like free weights. So it kind of fits in your busy lifestyle, whether you're in the office or at home or traveling. You can have this little workout device handy and do 5-minute workouts or 20-minute workouts and fit that in your lifestyle.
And this is good for people of all ages, including people say 50 plus, who really need to take a look at their own bodies and start, exercising, even if they've never done it before.
Right. And matter of fact, a study was just completed at the Hillcrest Retirement Center in near Los Angeles, and the chair of the kinesiology department and the director of wellness at Hillcrest put together this study, and they had 2 groups of 15 older adults over 65 working out twice a week for 45 minutes for 12 weeks. And we just went down there a couple weeks ago and shot some video and interviews. And they haven't published the results yet, but it will be published within the next probably couple of months in a journal. But they were finding fantastic results with older adults that really didn't understand how to lift weights, didn't really want to be involved in a workout program. But once they understood and were trained in groups, they just loved coming to class, and actually nobody dropped out of the two groups of 15.
That's very impressive right there. Why don't people like to work out?
Growing up, if you were involved in sports and activities and got kind of into the habit and got addicted to that, as I said before, the endorphins, then you understand the benefits mentally and then you see them physically. But, there's always something that comes up, and people always have, I'm busy here. I can't, make it into the gym. My knee hurts or my shoulder, I have pain. And you can always put off, fitness. People get hungry, they eat, but, they just, fitness is kind of last on the list, and they feel like they always have other, pressing engagements. So that's why if you can have fitness technology that can be right there with you, and then maybe set an alarm on your a portable device on your phone and have it buzz a couple times a day, and then jump into a 5-minute quick workout, and by the end of the day you've got your strength training done, and then you're able to maintain your bone and muscle mass as you age, and preventing you from ended up in a walker or wheelchair or bedridden.
And it also is good for people with arthritis of all kinds, is my understanding, working out, especially with weights. Weights are cumbersome. They're bulky. You can't travel with them. I don't like going to a gym for a couple of reasons. One is, I don't know, even if it's brand new and it looks clean, I'm not sure that, after everybody is sweating and working out on the equipment, they're cleaning it. That's one.
It's nice to have your own personal workout device. And you were bringing up, the joint pain and arthritis when you're working out. With free weights, let's say you're swinging a dumbbell back and forth, and so the starting and stopping, that momentum creates a lot of stress on the joints. Whereas with my SpiraFlex technology, it's an elastomer that creates resistance, and it doesn't rely on weights. There's no momentum, so it can take a lot of stress off the joints. Using this technology, which actually I first developed for NASA because they were finding that astronauts were losing a lot of bone and muscle mass in microgravity, which is kind of like being sedentary
exactly
on Earth.
Even though they were moving, so the band within the product, the SpiraFlex, is what gives that resistance, like as if you were lifting weight. Right.
There's a molded rubber elastomer in a spiral shape, and they are packaged in these discs we call flex packs. And the DoubleFlex, each disc will put out 5 pounds of resistance. So you just snap on discs to increase the amount of resistance you want. And then the DoubleFlex is the only product that I know of that will hit both sides of a muscle group during each DoubleFlex movement. So you can hit your chest and your back during one movement, which balances out the body. And but up in space, so you're floating around, your body weighs 0. So they were losing 1 to 2% of their bone mass per month, and up to 30% of their muscle mass in a 6 month stay in space. So before they could put astronauts on the International Space Station, they had to have a resistive exercise device installed. And I was reading an article in my coffee shop below my office, and I saw they had quoted the chief medical director and had his name. So I contacted him at the Johnson Space Center, went down and made a quick presentation. The next day they called, "Can you come back,
and build one
full presentation?"
Wow. That's terrific.
So I walk in the conference room, there's 60, 70 people around a conference table, 3 or 4 deep. And then after the presentation, we went in the side room and they said, "Look, we think we want to fly this," which means, we want to put this, up in space.
Right.
And so we started a crash kind of program to get it developed and certified for space flight. And then, we were up on the space station when the first crew came up. And the first commander, he texts down to Houston, the weight room is open on Alpha, because that's what they knew that free weights is the gold standard, but obviously weights don't work in space.
Of course not. So what about did the Soviets use that too? Because it was an international space station.
Right. As a matter of fact, we had to go through the Soviet scientists in order to get this approved, since it's a joint project.
Right.
And the Soviets have been using bungee cords up there, and they thought, well, that's fine. They're not into spending a lot of money on technology if they don't have to.
Especially for the comfort of their cosmonauts. Our guest is Paul Francis, the CEO of OYO Fitness, the inventor of SpiraFlex and DoubleFlex. It's actually flown in space, folks, and now you can get yours too. We'll find out about that coming up in our next segment. And we're going to continue our conversation with Paul in just a couple of moments. We're going to talk about balancing your muscle groups, why working out, in the privacy of your own home or office is a good thing. And we'll continue with Paul in just a couple of moments. Coming up, we're going to spend some time with Allie Katz, the author of Get the Most Out of Motherhood, a hot mess mom parenting guide. That's coming up next after Paul here on Late Night Health. Join us at latenighthealth.com and facebook.com/latenighthealth for more information. Paul and I and the insane Daryl Wayne will be back. Don't go away.
If you or someone you love suffers from drug addiction, now is the time to utilize your private health insurance PPO plan. If eligible, receive up to $30,000 or more in substance abuse benefits with low or no out-of-pocket cost. We are the National Treatment Network, the premier drug and alcohol treatment referral service operating 24/7. We help connect you with facilities nationwide that accepts PPO private health insurance for substance abuse. If you have PPO substance abuse coverage and you need immediate admittance to a medical detox or residential rehab treatment center, call us now. Call our live referral helpline today. The call is free. This program is not available to Medicare or Medicaid customers.
Call 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. That's 800-296-1252.
Are you being audited and do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Is the IRS threatening to take more of your money? Don't fight the IRS alone. The Tax Doctor is here to help you negotiate a lower tax bill. The IRS can freeze your assets and seize your bank accounts, but you can stop these IRS actions. The Tax Doctor will fight for you using industry secrets that can stop any IRS actions, eliminate penalties and interest, and reduce your past tax bill so you pay the IRS less. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call the Tax Doctor now for a free IRS audit emergency review.
800-663-5107. 800-663-5107. 800-663-5107. That's 800-663-5107.